today's discussion. Today we are going to discuss novel drug delivery system. In that particular area, targeted drug delivery system, in which what are the different types of targeted drug delivery system and its applications. Targeted drug delivery system nowadays most highly acceptable, highly demandable delivery system, because it having a number of advantages over other delivery systems. So in this different types of delivery system, based on the size and the shape, they are classified either a nano or micro level. Let's discuss one by one. First, nanotubes. Nanotubes are hollow cylinder made up of carbon atoms. Carbon atoms are very much important for the carbon tubes, empty space. It is a cylindrical nature. Based on the number of walls, it may be classified as a single-walled nanotubes or multi-walled nanotubes. The empty space in the carbon cylinders are filled with and sealed for the potential delivery of targeting the drug. Mostly these nanotubes are applied, the application is in the cellular scale needle. That means the drug delivered inside the cells by attaching drug molecule into the cancer cells by the nanotube mechanisms. Next, nanowires. They are specifically pinpoint the damage of any injury and stroke in the human body, particularly the brain and minute organs. Nanowires are very much useful for pinpointing any form of injuries and stroke and localize the cause of seizures and detect the presence of tumors and other brain abnormalities. Applications, it is a diagnostic applications for the cancer and similar disease, particularly Parkinson's and related disease. Nanocells, it is a spherical cell. It is made up of silica and nano gold. The nanocells are hollow silica spheres covered with a gold coatings. Scientists can attach antibodies to their surfaces, enabling the cells to target certain cells such as cancer cells. Application, again the targeted drug delivery system, the widest application is targeting the drugs to the cancer cells. Quantum dots. Quantum dots are minuscule semiconductor particles that can serve as a signpost, just like a check post, signpost of certain types of cells or molecules in the body. They will give signals to direct the drug where supposed to deliver. Applications, this techniques has a potential for targeting drugs to cancerous cells. Nanopores. It is engineered particles. They are hollow in nature, that are so tiny that DNA molecules can pass through them one strand at a time, allowing for highly precise and efficient DNA sequencing. That is, in this DNA sequencing from the cells, the splicing technique, separation of the DNA from the cells, for that the nanopores we are using. Nanopores are specially designed engineered particles that are having cores that are so tiny that, like DNA molecules, the DNA molecules can easily pass through them one strand at a time, allowing for highly precise and efficient DNA sequencing. application. It is a potential application in the genetic engineering and biotechnology, particularly for sequencing the DNA and its splicing techniques. A gold nano, just like nanoparticles in the gold material, particle scientist uses gold nanoparticle to develop a ultra sensitive detection systems for DNA. Nowadays, DNA bank, that is DNA identification for any crime. Accordingly, the DNA identification, the special type of drug targeting diagnostic aspect and treatment of gene malfunction, that is a DNA, up to the molecular level treatment. The particle scientist used as a gold nanoparticle develop a ultra sensitive detection system for DNA and protein markers associated with many forms of cancers, including breast cancer and prostate cancer. So, breast cancer and prostate is very common. Breast cancer is very common for ladies. Most of the 30% of the world populations are suffered by the breast cancer. Prostate cancer is a male issues. So, for that, the gold nanoparticle for the diagnostic for the cancer signs and symptoms. Application in treatment of cancer and for genetic engineering, there is a DNA identification. Dendrimers. The dendrimers are nowadays one of the hot topic in the drug delivery system. The father of dendrimer is Mr. Tomolia from Japan. He developed the concept, basically is a physics area. So, dendrimer is a tree-like structure. The Palma dendrimer most commonly used in the research area for the delivery of drugs to the targeted site. Dendrimers precisely defined synthetic nanoparticles that are approximately 510 nanometer in diameter. They are made up of layers of polymer surrounding a control core. That means the dendrimers are surrounded by the number of polymer core material surrounded. The dendrimer surface contain many different sites to which drugs may be attached. Just like the finger, the cavity, this is the area where the cavity, the drug will be loaded. So, you see the picture, the diagram clearly illustrate the drug is in green color, the targeting group in the blue dot. The space between the one to another, the empty space where the drug will be loaded. So, dendrimer having a potential drug delivery because of the vast drug loading capacity. So, again one another interesting topic is liposomes. Nowadays all research are trying a liposome having a number of advantages, and the stability issues are still very common because of the lipid nature of the liposomes easily undergo for chemical reaction, oxidation and hydrolytic reactions, they decompose. So, the stability is a major challenges in the delivery system. Liposomes are a simple microscopic vesicle in which aqueous volume is entirely composed of membrane of lipid molecules. So, various amphiphilic molecules have been used to form liposomes. Lipo means fat, somes means body. Liposome is a Greek word developed by the Mr. Bengham in the year 1961. The drug molecules can be either be encapsulated in aqueous phase or intercalated into the lipid bilayers. See the picture, that is a head and tail models. The outermost is a head, the innermost is a tail. So, they have created the core space and outermost safety layers. So, between the aqueous layer, the drug will be loaded. That is why the drug having a good stability, they easily protected from the environmental conditions. The extent of the location of the drug will be dependent upon the physicochemical characteristics and the composition of lipids. The extent of location of the drug will be depends where the drug will be loaded in the liposome is depends upon the physicochemical characteristics and composition of lipid material what we are supposed to use. Most commonly used lipid material for the liposome formulation is fatty acids and cholesterols. They are physiologically natural and biodegradable. Liposomes are also used for the drug targeting, particularly cellular level, cancer cells like that. Next, neosome, it is a surfactant, non-ionic surfactant. Neosomes is a non-ionic surfactant. Again, it is just like a liposome vesicles, which can entrap both hydrophilic and lipophilic drugs. In the neosomes, having capacity will load either the drug may hydrophilic nature or lipophilic nature, either this or that, but easily they will load it in the neosomes in aqueous phase or in a vesicular membrane made up of lipid materials. It is reported to attain a better stability than liposomes. Comparatively, in the liposomes, also a good delivery system, some unavoidable challenges like stability in the liposomes. Neosomes have better stability than liposomes because we are having both acceptable capacity of hydrophilic drugs also and lipophilic drugs also, and better stability than liposomes. These are the over advantage than liposomes. It may prove very useful for targeting the drugs for treating cancers. So it is also again most the clinical application is drug targeting for the cancer cells and targeting the parasites, particularly viral disease and other microbial disease more effectively. The diagrammatic illustration given here is hydrophilic drug localized in the aqueous region encapsulated. The empty space they indicated the aqueous area where the hydrophilic drug will be loaded. The outermost layer, that is polar heads facing hydrophilic region, that is made up of the lipid materials, that is head and tail, hydrophobic drugs localized in the hydrophobic lamella. See the arrow mark very carefully. So the hydrophobic drugs will be loaded in the central compartment. The hydrophobic drugs are localized in the hydrophobic lamella. Non-polar tiles facing each other to form hydrophobic region. Next, it is again research area, ufasomes. Ufasomes, they are bilayer structured by using single chain unsaturated fatty acids. In the liposomes and neosomes, based on the number of lamella, it is a single layered lamella or multi-lamellar lamella, that is called as unilamellar multi-lamella system. But ufasomes have a single layer lamellas prepared by the single chain unsaturated fatty acids. Next, pharmacosomes, the term itself derives the meaning. Pharmaco means drug, somes means body. Pharmacosomes means the drug itself acts as a delivery system. The term pharmacosome comprises of two main parts of pharmacon, that is active principle, and some carriers. Postulated that amphiphatic drugs can self-assemble to form a vesicles. The drug itself try to form a vesicles because amphiphatic drug can itself assemble to form a vesicles, and these vesicles are termed as pharmacosomes. Drugs covalently bound to lipid may exist in a colloidal dispersion as ultrafine, micelles, hexagonal aggregates, which are known as pharmacosomes. So, depends upon the bonding between the drug covalently bound to lipid may exist in a colloidal dispersion as a ultrafine, micelles, hexagonal aggregates, which are known as pharmacosomes. Next, virosomes. There is a viral particle used as a drug delivery system, that is called as virosomes. Virosomes are immunomodulating liposomes consisting of surface glycoproteins of influenza virus. Here we are using the influenza virus, the glycoproteins of the influenza virus, that is immune stimulating a reconstituted influenza virosome. Muramyl dipeptide materials. Virosomes may be and must be targeted, oriented, and their physiogenic characteristics would be exploited in genome grafting and cellular micro injections. For the cancer treatment, we are using the injection to the cellular level. For that better physiogenic effect, we are using the virosome material that are prepared from the influenza virus, genetically engineered the surface protein, glycoproteins. That material may be used as a targeting for the cells by injection formulations. So, in the picture you can see the very clearly viral surface glycoproteins, and virosome cavity where the glycoprotein may be attached, lipid bilayers, therapeutic agent, that is inside the core material, that is called as the body, and the innermost is called as the red dots are drug materials loaded in the virosomes. So, the schematic representation how the delivery system works and deliver the drug to the cytosolic pathway. The diagram A and B. In the A, see the schematic representation. Inside the virosomes, the drug will be loaded. The outermost is called as cell surface receptors. Receptors are the specific chemical group present on the cell surface for the particular functions. So, the virosomes may and the glycoproteins may attach to the receptors of the body cells. After that, the receptor get engulf the surface membrane of the virosomes, then the virus may deliver the drugs. See the diagram B represented release of the encapsulated drug molecule into the target cells. Cubosomes are lipid crystalline phase forming small cubic particles suitable for injections. This is the diagrammatic representation, the figure. Cubosomes are a liquid crystalline phase forming small cubic particles suitable for injection. Then move on to the cubosomes nanocrystals. Nanocrystals again is just like cubosomes, is a nanomaterial with at least one dimension greater than 1000 nanometer, and that is single crystalline. More properly, any material with a dimension of less than 1 micrometer, that is called as 1000 nanometers, should be referred as a nanoparticles, not a nanocrystals. For example, any particle which exhibits regions of crystallinity should be termed nanoparticle or nanocluster based on dimensions. So, depends upon the dimensions, nanoparticles or nanocrystals, that depends on the dimensions, they are less than and up to 100 nanometers. It is most important the topic, that is a nanobio boards. It is an advanced technology in the any imaging systems, the robotic technology in the drug delivery system. The scientists are developing the nanobio boards, just like a boat. When we are injecting to the central compartment, they reaches to a particular site where the image to be taken as a photograph. Here the picture illustrated that suppose the nanobio board supposed to capture any photograph of the RBC. So, they go to the system central compartment and take a photograph, and they send to the visual picture to the screen. So, nanoboards or nano robotics is a technology of creating machines or robots at or close to the microscopic scale of a nanometer, that is a 10 to the power minus 9 meters. More specifically, nanorobotics refers to the still largely hypothetical nanotechnology engineering discipline of designing and building nanorobots. It is a biomedical engineering system, because the delivery system not only depends on the drug. Nowadays the technology what we are exploiting is most important, biomedical sciences integrating with the drug delivery system, then only we can get into the better delivery of the drugs to the human body. Devices ranging in a size 0.1 to 10 micrometers and constructed on a nanoscale or molecular compartments. So, the figure the circle shape indicating the RBC cells. Between that, one small particles just like a spider, that is called as nanobioboards, simply called as nanoboards, for taking the images in the human body, whether central compartment or any organ or cells, what is the level of the cancer growth or the recovery of the disease, that to be depends on the treatment and requirement of the condition, patient and age. All that images to be taken as a photographic images and sent to the screen. Accordingly, the doctor, physicians and the diagnostic team and therapeutic members come to the conclusion that they may be cured or not, or what type of treatment further required. So, the condition will be exploited best by using the nanoboards. Next, second last one, the last topic of the today lecture is transferosomes. Transferosomes in functional terms may be described as a lipid droplets, just like a when you are speaking from the mouth, the small droplets come. Transferosome just like a droplets of such a deformability, the droplets having a flexibility, that is called as a deformability that permits its easy penetration through the pores such as smaller than droplet sizes. The body cells, the pores are there. Suppose you want to deliver the drugs to the particular cell, the particle easily enter to the pore. Transferosome easily enter because the transferosome having the flexibility in nature, the deformity in nature, so easily enter. So, transferosome is a supramolecular entity that can pass through the permeability barrier and thereby transport material from the one side to other side. That is a one place to another place. There is one membrane side to another membrane place. They are more elastic than standard liposomes. Standard liposomes, that is one of the best delivery, but liposome having the surface some rigidity. But here the transferosome having some flexibility, that is called as elastic in nature comparatively with liposomes. So, now we can come to the conclusion that today we are discussing that number of targeted drug delivery system which are depends upon the situations, what type of delivery should be most useful for the treatment and diagnostic, and the treatment may be cancerous cells or pathogenic infections, may be microbial disease or viral disease, or for diagnostic for the DNA spacing techniques and for the diagnosing the body imaging. So, these are the system. Nowadays the research in the drug delivery aspect, particularly novel drug delivery system, is highly exploited. The topic is very vast and very interested. So, today I will completing here. So, next class we can try to discuss the another topic, that is genetic engineering related topic. Thank you.